right, welcome back to For Nostalgic Reasons. And today, I'm so happy to announce that it's a little bit of a celebration. I'm not gonna hold you. Today is I'm proud to say that I've developed and created my own For Nostalgic Reasons Hall of Fame, son. Yo, come on, man. My own Hall of Fame. Now, I don't want this to be a whole thing like, oh yeah, what do you mean a Hall of Fame? Are you inducting yourself? Well, that sounds corny. That sounds trash. No, it has nothing to do with me. Actually, it has a lot to do with giving other YouTubers the credit that they deserve for being great at what they do. I thought, you know how like NFL has a Hall of Fame, NBA has a Hall of Fame, different sports has a Hall of Fame. And why isn't something like that going on for YouTubers? There's a lot of YouTubers that have been doing this for years. There's a lot of people that have been doing this for 10 years, however long, since YouTube even first began, and they don't get the credit that they deserve. Obviously, I haven't watched every single YouTuber out or whatever. But to start, we're going to induct 10 Hall of Famers into the FNR Hall of Fame. And basically like how they're going to be chosen is I've been watching YouTube since I was 11, and I've watched a lot of different YouTubers throughout the years. I remember when I actually first started, I used to live in Boston, Massachusetts, and one of my friends up there, he was one of my best friends up there, we used to actually watch he was really into Naruto at the time, so like he put me on to different Naruto clips and stuff. I watched a lot of Naruto through him. I remember I was really big into WWE, so like I used to watch wrestling videos on there. I remember there used to be people that used to make I remember it was like a trend for people to make trampoline wrestling. So if you type in trampoline wrestling, you'll be a bunch of videos of people doing wrestling moves off the trampoline. I remember they would have like a trampoline in their backyard or whatever, and they'll have like a deck or whatever. Like you go up the steps or whatever, they'll have like a deck. They'll jump off the deck and do some crazy stuff. So those were entertaining to watch. I remember I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT when I was a kid. So when I would watch the videos and stuff, I would try to make sure like I couldn't watch it on TV, or I didn't know when it was coming on TV. I would look up different clips. All right, I would try to piece them together. All right, does this episode go first? Or for example, in Dragon Ball GT, the baby arc, I try to make sure I watch that in order. The Omega Shenron arc, I try to make sure I watch that in order. The Super 17 arc, I try to make sure I watch that in order. And it was I just remember that was such a struggle back then. I remember it was such a struggle for if you want to watch YouTube on your phone, it would take forever to buffer, or not even on your phone, on your iPod, your iPod Touch. It would come with the app on your iPod Touch, the YouTube app, and it would be such a struggle to watch it. I got put on to many different musical artists and stuff like that. I used to Lil Wayne was big at the time back then, so I used to watch a whole bunch of Lil Wayne music videos, a bunch of Lil Wayne clips, a bunch of different music I used to get put on to. Nowadays, honestly, YouTube has actually replaced TV for me. Because I remember as a kid, I used to watch Cartoon Network, I used to watch Disney Channel, I used to watch Nickelodeon, I used to watch PBS, just whatever kid shows that were on. And now I don't obviously I've grown up a little bit more, but I don't even watch TV anymore. I don't watch I don't watch Sports Center no more. I don't really watch any sports shows. If anything I want to watch, usually I'm just on YouTube. I'd watch Netflix and what is it, Disney Plus or whatever the app's called. I watch stuff I have those apps on my phone and stuff like Hulu and stuff like that. But for the most part, my favorite app my go-to app is YouTube. I watch different podcasts. I watch different all my sports shows on there. I watch, of course, I still listen to music on there. Look up different music videos on there. I watch a bunch of stuff on there. But YouTube is really has replaced TV for me. So I definitely watch a whole bunch of YouTube and stuff. When I'm at work, I I'm at work or whatever, make sure I put my AirPods in, watch some YouTube, watch some podcasts, listen to some podcasts, do whatever. But like I said, my favorite pastime, honestly, nowadays, for me, even when I'm at home, turn on the PlayStation, play some Madden or something like that, pop on and have YouTube playing in the background, and that's like. And honestly, watching different YouTubers, it's actually taught me a lot about about life, about a bunch of things, honestly. But this episode is about giving the credit that these YouTubers deserve for being great at their crafts. These are 10 inductees that I think deserve to be in the FNR Hall of Fame and that I've seen throughout the years. So, to start with, my guy, OG, Spoken Reasons. Spoken Reasons was that was probably my first favorite in terms of instead of just watching a bunch of random videos and stuff on YouTube, he was a person I was like, okay, you're one of the first YouTubers I actually like and I want to watch your videos consistently. So I remember looking up his videos. I remember he used to talk about his short films were hilarious. So they also had short films that were actually serious, like relationship games. That was a really serious short film. I thought it was great. It was well put together. A funny one like the video called "Adopted White Girl." That was really funny. I remember his Dr. Reasons episodes were really funny. I remember he made music on there, songs. He "Why You Lying," asking all those questions that went viral. He used to make videos about stuff that was going on at the time, like the back when the bus driver video when he uppercutted the mess out of the one chick and threw her off the bus. I remember he made a video about that. He was he was just a creative person, honestly. Not that I don't really pay attention anymore, but he was back then. I just remember he was one of my favorite YouTubers to go and just watch and learn from, because he would talk about some real growing up as a young black male. So he would basically give you stories and stuff, give you advice about certain things, and he was a poet as well. So he had spoken words. His poems were amazing. Inspired me to start writing poems a little bit here and there. And he was one of the first YouTubers that actually showed me that you can take this platform and turn it into the mainstream. He actually but he was in a movie, The Heat, with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. He was in the beginning and he had a little cameo in the middle of the movie. But I remember when he was promoting it, he was promoting the movie, he was doing skits and stuff in the movie. I remember I was like, yo, my guy's gonna be in a movie, yo. It was just so mind blowing that a person that took a camera and just started making videos, shooting music videos and just shooting himself talking about whatever, and you turn that into going to Hollywood and being in a movie. So that was just mind blowing to me. I remember when that movie came out, I was in there if not the day the movie dropped, it was the same week the movie dropped. But just overall, he's just an amazing talent. He took a little bit of break from YouTube for a little bit, came back, took another break, came back. I don't necessarily keep up with him anymore, but for what he's done, and he had a strong run where he was making videos for years. And I thought at the time, he was probably one of the best YouTubers out there. So, as the first inductee into the FNR Hall of Fame, I definitely will induct my guy, Spoken Reasons. On to the next one is a person that I just recently got put onto about 3 years ago. So about 2018, I had no idea. I didn't know who he was until 2018. My guy, Berlizzi. Honestly, what made me personally a fan of his was I used to watch his roast. I don't know what they call it. Or no, the exposed series. My bad. His exposed series, where he would expose different like childhood shows. Like he would do Phineas and Ferb. He did Caillou. He did Dora. And those exposed series were hilarious. I remember, I still watch them to this day. I'm not gonna hold you. The same ones that still have me cracking up. I remember his Easy Tunes. He did one with Hey Arnold, Total Drama Island, The Boondocks, SpongeBob, Regular Show. Those are like him. Just overall, I think he's just a funny person, and he creates content in just such a creative way where it's just like it's just dope. It's like he puts his personality into it. It's just dope. So it just makes it hilarious, makes it funny. He has a gaming channel called Berlizzi. My favorite walkthroughs that he did was when he was playing The Last of Us, because that's one of my favorite games of all time. When he called Ellie Baby J, my man Joel called him Ellie Baby J. And he just made that whole entire series just or that whole entire walkthrough just entertaining as hell. And like that, especially the second one, like the first one was a really good game, but the second one I think was a lot better. And the second one, like the game itself just put your emotions through like a roller coaster. So watching him play the game and going through the same like emotions that I was feeling when I was playing the game was like, yo, I feel you, bro. Like that joke was funny as I don't know what. So shout out to my man Berlizzi. Actually, I've seen Berlizzi. I can't say I've talked to him, but I've seen him in person for when RDC World, who's actually the next runner-up for the Hall of Fame. RDC World. I've seen them at their very first DreamCon that they hosted down in Texas. To be honest, I really wish I went with somebody else. I ended up going with myself. I invited a whole bunch of my friends to go. They didn't go. But I went down there by myself, and I just wish I engaged more with the people down there. I was kind of I went down there and I was more just kind of I took a fly on the wall approach where I just wanted to soak everything in and just learn from what they were talking about. And just enjoy the experience overall because they had a bunch of stuff going on down there. They hired wrestling, professional wrestling ring and a professional wrestlers or whatever to fight. They had a bunch of voice actors from different shows come there. They had a dodgeball tournament. They had a Nerf gun war. They had gaming. Different station setups. So over here it'll be Super Smash, over here it'll be Fortnite, over here it'll be 2K, over here it'll be Madden, and we were just it was just a dope experience overall. But with all that being said, RDC World is definitely in the FNR Hall of Fame. They are legends in my book. I've been fans of theirs since 2016. I think one of the first videos I've seen from them was the LeBron Cavs locker room video. Back when the Cavs and Warriors were in the finals and the Cavs won that series. And when Mark was over here trying to impersonate, when he was impersonating LeBron, he had me rolling. Because they weren't trying to be funny. I mean, they obviously were trying to be funny, but it wasn't you can tell they weren't trying extra hard to be funny. The stuff that they were actually saying in the videos was what was happening on the court, and it was yo, why is this stuff that you would think watching the game? That's what you would, or what you would imagine LeBron would be saying in the locker room. That's what they were saying in the videos, which made it 10 times more hilarious. They've had a bunch of they're known for the skits and stuff. The Kid Next Door skit was one of my favorite skits that they did. The J. Cole, the Jermaine Cole, The Jermaine Cole skits were hilarious. The video game house, the Hood Avatar, the Hood Olympics. Go on and on and on and on and on about the different videos that they made. They're iconic. They've inspired me so. I remember when I was my first year of college, my first and only year of college. I was like, I actually wanted to go to college to learn what they were doing. Like I took a college course in directing or digital filmmaking and video production because I just wanted to learn how to like make videos and stuff like that. And I wanted to. Hopefully, I went there with the hopes of finding people that wanted to do the same thing that I wanted to do. They inspired me so much. I remember I met somebody in college and stuff like that. I was like showing him a couple of their videos. I'm like, yo, like if we can create our own group and stuff, this is the type of thing that we can be on, yo. We can do this, we can do that. I remember the Cash Money Mark series that they do. I'm like, yo, like they're making real bread. And it's not about the bread, but it's like they're doing what they love to do. They're making like as a group, as friends, like they're all friends. They've added people into the group, but like they like are making like real life money. They're inspiring people. They're living their dreams doing this. And I'm like, yo, if we can do that, like we can just be consistent. We can just do that. I was trying to sell to, you don't understand. Oh my God. I've tried to sell that to so many people. So many of my friends, like, yo, we just do this. And that, they were the blueprint for the things that I want, for the things I wanted to do and stuff. But they are just, and they're still going strong. Recently they start, you see them, like, I think they've just met LeBron on, I think the summer they just met LeBron, they just met J. Cole. They're like, you can tell that, like, their name is getting out there. Like, a lot of people know who they are now. And just the fact that, like, I'm so happy that I've been a fan for this long, so I can't, like, say, like, oh, I'm just hopping on the bandwagon. Even back then when I was a fan, like, when I first saw them, I'm pretty sure I was hopping on the bandwagon back then. But they just are so, like, great at what they do, and I hope they keep doing what they do. And they're appreciated, especially by me. They're definitely appreciated. The fourth inductee into the FNR Hall of Fame, or the fourth and fifth. Brandon Rashad and D. Chanel, formerly known as D&B ENT Entertainment. I was a fan of theirs back in 2017. They were a couple. They do a bunch of reaction videos, and back when they were a couple, they used to do pranks on each other, and it was just funny, like them doing like couples content and stuff like that. And they were like, I think were they the first? I think they were probably the first couple that I've seen make couples content. That I know that a bunch of other YouTubers are doing that stuff too. But for me, I think they were like the first couple that I've stumbled upon that does like videos that they were doing. I remember they used to prank each other, and they used to like just make videos. I just enjoyed watching them like make videos together. They've broken up probably a couple years ago, probably 2 or 3 years ago now, and they have like their separate channels and stuff. And I still watch both their channels. They do reactions, and I just still think that they're both like entertaining to me. Brandon, he's doing music. He lives out in LA. He's making music. He's doing his thing in music and stuff, killing it. Still making videos, and they always have like he always has a positive affirmation to like try to uplift people, which I'm all about. He like tells his own personal stories that he's going through, which are crazy to listen to and wildly entertaining as well. So like he's definitely doing this thing out there. D, she's definitely doing her thing. She's making reaction videos, and she's giving a lot of women advice. And she's just a dope person in my opinion. I think a lot of like younger women and stuff like that, or women my age and stuff, like can learn a lot from her. I just think that I think she's definitely a role model for a lot of people, or should be a role model for a lot of people if they don't know who she is. But those two definitely are in the FNR Hall of Fame. And like I said, I hope they definitely keep on doing what they're doing. But like they can't even explain it. The sixth inductee into the Hall of Fame is my guy DJ Vlad. Vlad TV. Listen, I've been watching Vlad TV since I think 2012, so around my sophomore year of high school. I just remember like stumbling onto, I think he was interviewing Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club, and I used to just like love listening to what he had to say. And Charlemagne was doing a bunch of interviews with him, and I just enjoyed like watching his interviews. Then he started breaking off, or I found out that he was interviewing a lot of people. He's captured actually a lot of historical content from a bunch of historical figures, people that have passed away now. He's had some of the people's. I think he has John Witherspoon's last interview. He has a lot of people's last interviews. I remember he just puts me on to like a bunch of different people that I may or may not have known about before. This one person he interviewed, this artist, this rapper named Young Blue. I just stumbled, like I was just going on his page and I just like was scrolling through like different videos what I wanted to watch next. And I saw the caption. It said like, "Oh, Young Blue talks about how he got shot 35 times." And I'm like, "What?" And I clicked on it, and watching that interview, I'm like, "Bro, like this man, like he captures people's stories, and I think he asks really good questions." But watching that interview, he's talking about like Young Blue was talking about. Was it Young? No, hold on. I think I got the name wrong. Not Young Blue. Young Baby. Jesus Christ. Not Young Blue. Not Young Blue. Young Baby. My bad. Young Baby. He was talking about how like he basically was in like a gas station or something like that, and some people ran into the gas station and lit the whole entire gas station up. And then when he was like trying to run away or whatever, he like got shot up. When he was running away, fell on the ground, got shot up. He literally got shot 35 times and lived to tell the story. Like now he's like, he has scars and stuff like that, but for the most part, he's perfectly fine. Which was like amazing story within itself. He's interviewed a bunch of people. The one I was actually watching him today. He interviewed Lil Bibby, and I'm a big Juice WRLD fan, so he interviewed Lil Bibby, and the whole entire interview was basically talking about Juice WRLD and like what happened with him and how he passed away and his life and how he got signed and a bunch of other stuff. He's interviewed like a lot of artists that were surrounded. He interviewed a lot of people that were around death row back in the 90s. Tupac's one of my favorite artists of all time as well. He interviewed a lot of people that had to do with that. He interviewed the Outlaws. He interviewed Keefe D, who was actually in the car that shot Tupac. He interviewed the cop that was one of the first responders that was there in the scene in Vegas. He interviewed a bunch of people. It's a bunch of historical people that this man has interviewed. That, like, to me, DJ Vlad is just definitely a GOAT in my opinion. And all the interviews this man makes, or all the interviews he has, just very, very interesting. Asks great questions. He gets people to open up. Even though he can be, I'm not gonna hold like some of the, especially in the Lil Bibby interview, I thought that he was a little bit insensitive at the time because like he's asking about like how Juice WRLD passed and how like he felt about Juice WRLD passing away, and he kept trying to like rush the question along just a little bit, and I was just like, I don't know. I thought he was a little bit insensitive about that, but nonetheless, this man is definitely an icon, definitely a GOAT, and he should definitely go down as a Hall of Famer in whatever other genre you want to put him into. But for this particular video, he is definitely going down into the FNR Hall of Fame. The seventh inductee into the FNR Hall of Fame. I'm biased. just got, I just got, usually when you put, first off, usually when you put someone into a Hall of Fame, they should have an extended body of work to get put into the Hall of Fame. This one, I'm biased. I'm not changing my opinion. I don't care what anybody says. I just actually stumbled across this couple, G and D, 4Ls, Gary and Daly. Found them on TikTok about 2 weeks ago. Found them on TikTok 2 weeks ago. I watched their YouTube videos. They're a couple that's from Arkansas that they moved down to Texas. And for me, the reason why I appreciate Daly more so, I love her accent so much. Her accent is so fire to me. I love hearing her talk. That's more so the reason why I watch her videos all the time, or watch their videos all the time. Just listen to her talk. Just her talking is so entertaining to me. I don't care what she's saying. It's just so entertaining to me. But their videos are actually very entertaining as well. They're a couple. They do pranks on each other. One of my favorite videos they did was Gary was like pulling a prank on her and had a girl hiding in the closet and like was basically trying to act like he was like cheating on her or whatever. And then like when she comes home, like he tries to play it off like, oh, what in the world's in the closet? And then like he's trying to like hold her back from going into the closet, and Daly starts snapping like, yo, like this is why. And it turned out to be one of her best friends. She's like, yo, this is why I don't trust no hoes. This is why I don't got no friends, yo. Like that video was hilarious to me. I watched so many other videos. I watched all their videos actually on YouTube. I'm still going through their videos on TikTok and stuff. But to me, I think they started early this year. I don't even think they've been doing that for. I think on YouTube, I think their earliest video on YouTube was like April, I think, of this year, or it might have been like January or something like that this year. It was it hasn't been a year, I know that. But I don't care. I'm biased. They go down in the FNR Hall of Fame. I don't care. I'm not changing my opinion. It's non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. I don't care. They're in the Hall of Fame. The 8th FNR Hall of Fame inductee, Big Ja. My guy, Big Ja, out in LA. This man is hilarious. His videos are hilarious. I actually I've just started watching them right around when the pandemic started. He makes like hood content and stuff. He makes different like relationship content. He does videos with his friends. He's actually doing stand-up comedy now as well. Excuse me. To me, I just like how he turned his YouTube into like his own created universe. So like he'll do skits and stuff like that, and every single skit they're playing a different character. Some of them will be reoccurring characters, but for the most part, they're playing different characters, and they are in different scenarios or something like that. It's just hilarious. Some of my favorite videos from them are the Petty Eddie series. That video is hilarious. The My Roommate Pays All the Bills. It's like 9 episodes of that, and that everything at the end of their video is like to the max. Like he says, it's to the max, and like they just draw, and it's literally to the max. Like yo, like my roommate pays the bills. Like this man, like his roommate was drawing. Those videos hilarious. His short film series, the Lesbian Homie. That was like a 10 episode series. Thought that was fire. The Redeem My Stroke video. The I'll Go You Some Meat video. Yo, those videos are hilarious in my opinion, and they're just different. They're creative as hell. So if no one else is giving this man the credit he deserves, best believe I will. This man is like, listen, he's top 10 in the FNR Hall of Fame. In the top 10 inductee in the FNR Hall of Fame for whatever it's worth. I don't care. He's in the Hall of Fame in my book. So, but shout out to my guy, yo. That man's a legend. I don't care what nobody says. But The ninth inductee into the FNR Hall of Fame is my guy, Laid Back. I've been looking at his videos for about a year now, around like summertime of last year. Back when Juice WRLD's
What?
I don't know how to say that word for real. Back when his album Legends Never Die came out, I thought that was I thought that was a great album. So I was going on YouTube and I was just like looking at different people trying to react to the video or react to the album, I meant to say, and see what their thoughts on the album would be. And I just came across his name, and from there, ironically, he was actually just getting introduced to Juice WRLD around that same time. So he would go back and do like a lot of Juice WRLD's catalog and just like react to his music and stuff. And I'm already a fan of Juice WRLD, so like knowing that he was like becoming a fan and like watching him like listen to some of those songs that I was already a fan of for the first time I thought that was dope. His feedback on the songs were great. Back when the Jordan Lucas, Tory Lanez rap battle was going on, or the beef, whatever you want to call that, I watched his videos from that. He was catching bars that I didn't catch when I was listening to him. The Don Q video he made when Tory Lanez was dissing Don Q. I thought that was a great video, like his reaction on that. I remember watching when he reacts to God's Plan, he actually cried during that video. But I just think, him as a person, I just like, or from what I can tell, he's like, seems like a very, very genuine person. He starts his videos with a positive affirmation. He ends his videos with a positive affirmation. He just seems like an overall, just like a dope person. Honestly, like if I ever met him in person, I feel like he'd be the type of person I would want to chill with and hang out with, pick his brain on certain things. He just seems like an overall like dope personality. But he like, I think his opinions on music are really, really well thought out. He's also an artist. Like he makes music. I listened to a couple of his songs. I thought they were good. He has his own podcast that he has on Twitch that I follow. He live streams on Twitch. Thought those were like he does reactions live. He does a couple other things on live on Twitch that I thought were good. But overall, I just think he's a dope person. And listen, if no one else is going to give him the credit for being a dope content creator, I will. So he is the ninth inductee into the first ever FNR Hall of Fame. And last but not least, my favorite YouTube music reaction content creator, Sean C. Sean C. I've been watching his videos since for about 3 years now. Once again, I just came across him. I don't necessarily remember the first video I saw from him, but excuse me. He reacts to a lot of the music that I listen to, and he actually reacts to a bunch of music I've never actually even heard of. The way his setup is now, I fuck with his setup so much. He has a bunch of vinyls that he put on the wall and stuff like that. And I've almost wanted to take, I don't even listen to vinyls, and I wanted to take that idea, bro. I wanted to buy a whole bunch of vinyls and put them on the wall the same way he did. He is like that. I just thought that was fire. A bunch like all of his favorite artists and stuff. He has like their album on the wall. I thought that's so fire. I remember he has a gaming channel I actually watched. I don't think he posts on it consistently. I know back when I watched it, I think he only had like 2 or 3 videos. But I watched his walkthrough for Detroit Becoming Human. I thought that was a great game. And watching him play that was dope. And with that game, it has different outcomes and stuff. So like every choice that you make, it has a different outcome. So that was another reason why I was watching his video, because like I was like, dang, what different choices did he make that I didn't make? And he had a different outcome in his, and I thought that was dope. He actually just had it. I think I'm like, I see some of his like alternate like channels and stuff. I'm not necessarily sure if that's someone else like posting his content on their stuff or that's actually his. But another channel that I came across was where he just reacted to Squid Game. He like condensed Squid Game and he reacted to that. And he like in his videos he just makes everything hilarious. Like his videos are actually really funny. When he comments on certain things, it's actually hilarious. He just notices like little like dumb things. It makes it funny. He has a wrap it up series that he does talking about just like current events and stuff that's going on. I thought that was dope. Some of my favorite videos was when the Popeyes, when he's making back when the chicken sandwich was a crazy thing. And he tried the sandwich. I thought that video was funny. Back when everyone was when it was a thing that people were trying to invade Area 51, he made a video about that. Thought that was hilarious. He made a couple of videos dissing Donald Trump, which I thought that was hilarious. But I really actually hope that like his ear for music is actually really really good and it's different. I actually really hope in the future that he becomes a music producer, because he hears music in a different way than I would listen to it. Like when I listen to music, I listen to music for lyrics and I listen to it for different bars and stuff like that. He does listen to lyrics and bars, but he also listens to music from a production standpoint. And he hears certain like beats and hears certain like sounds or different instruments that like go into a different beat that I necessarily don't pay attention to. And he can hear it and he can tell you what like the instrument is or what was being used. And actually, when he was doing his review for Donda, he was hearing like he actually made me respect that album a lot more from a production standpoint, like or from overall standpoint, honestly. But he like I said, he listens to it from a production standpoint, and the things that he would listen to, the things that he would listen out for, I was like, dang, like he's actually like I didn't like it, he makes it make sense. I'm like, oh snap, like that's actually really dope that you heard that. So overall, I think he's another one of those people that like if I met in person, I feel like I definitely would want to chill with, and hang out with, and stuff like that. And like overall, he's just a dope personality. He's a funny person. He cracks like in his videos, definitely cracks me up. And I respect his opinion on music a lot. I respect his opinion on pretty much anything that he creates. I respect his opinion a lot. But he's one of those other YouTubers that I think that are starting to get out their name out there. I see him in a lot of other people's videos. Like they'll use a clip or they'll use like an audio soundbite that he had in his videos and they'll put it in theirs. Like people will refer to him when it comes to music and stuff like that. They're like, oh yeah, Sean C said da 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 da. So overall, I think he's a very dope content creator. And like I said, he's in the FNR Hall of Fame. But with all that being said, those are the 10 inductees into the 4 Nostalgic Reasons Hall of Fame. Next time, there 10 more will go. And comment down below who you think would, if there was a Hall of Fame, or matter of fact, who do you think should be in the FNR Hall of Fame? Who are some YouTubers that you might know about that you might want to put me on to, or that you think are great, or that you whatever. Just let me know in the comment below, and don't forget to like this video if you fucked with it. Comment what you think. Like I said, who be in your Hall of Fame, or who should be in the FNR Hall of Fame. And we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time. Peace.